Children, in this video, we are discussing about the specific heat. Specific heat. Already I told you some subtopics we have to learn in this specific heat. Okay, what are the subtopics? In that first subtopic is, first one is for this we have to learn one activity. We have to do some activity for understanding what is meant by specific heat easily. Okay, you see, we take one container and we take two identical test tubes. Arrange two identical test tubes in it. In one test tube, take oil. Here another test tube, in another test tube take water. Pour water in another test tube. Okay, insert two thermometers to measure the temperatures. Okay, to measure the two temperatures. Okay, here is the box. Okay, this is the arrangements to this activity, and you take now, pour some hot water at 80 degrees Celsius suppose. Okay, this is only activity. Take one beaker and take 80 degrees Celsius hot water in it, and in two test tubes you have to take in one test tube oil and another test tube water. Now measure the initial temperature of both test tubes. Okay, automatically that both are at room temperature. Maybe shows 27 degrees Celsius. That is the initial temperature. Initial temperature of the two is same. Okay, oil and water. Okay, suppose you think same initial temperature only, it show these two thermometers showing there. Now observe after few minutes. Okay, we can observe that we have to observe that which thermometer reading rises and which thermometer rises slowly, which thermometer reading rises fastly. We have to observe it. But we have to think that the two thermometers reading rises same measurements only. It shows same measurements only. Many children thinking like that only. Why? Because that the two test tubes are in at 80 degrees Celsius only. No. That's why that two will be observed same amount of heat only from hotter body to colder body. Heat flows from hotter body to colder body. These two are colder bodies here. This is the hotter body. Okay, then what happened? 80 degrees Celsius only it can give to colder bodies. That means these two colder bodies also at same temperatures. We discussed already. Then that two will be observed same amount of heat only. We are thinking like that. But we can observe here the rising temperature in oil is faster than the water. That means this oil thermometer reading is some more than the water. Okay, suppose it shows this much, this maybe shows like this. See here, the rising temperature in oil is more than the water. You think like that. That means we can conclude here. That means different substances observing different capacity of heat. Okay, do you understand? This experiment only, very simple experiment. That means the rising temperature of the substances is different to different substances. Okay, this is the first topic in specific heat. Okay, then next one, derivation of specific heat. Second subtopic. This is the fifth topic in our heat lesson. In second subtopic in heat lesson is the derivation of specific heat. Okay, derivation only we have to learn before understanding about the heat, specific heat. What is derivation? First you see here, for this one I am telling you one good example. You take two containers. Okay, here you take less quantity of water. This much quantity only present in this container. You take another container, this much quantity. That means more quantity is there in another container. Then here giving some heat energy under the continuous, we know that. Okay, here is sufficient to both continuous also same amount of heat only? No. Okay, it required more heat energy than this one, because it is less amount, it is high amount, we know that. That's why here required less amount of heat only, here required more amount of heat. Okay, do you understand? Then what happens here, if the mass is increases, then giving quantity of heat also increases. That is the relation between mass and heat amount, heat energy. Okay, do you understand? If mass is increases, quantity of heat also increases. That means Q is proportional to M. Heat energy is proportional to mass of the substance. Proportional to mass of the substance. Okay, do you understand this point? Okay. Then we can write Q is proportional to M. Okay. At the constant temperature only how to take it? At constant temperature, here temperature is constant. Constant temperature, have to take this is the equation 1. Okay. Now you come to another explanation. Listen now. You take one container. Okay. Okay. Take some amount of water in it. Then arrange one thermometer in it. Okay, to measure the temperature. Then you give some heat energy under the container. Then what happens? When you are increasing the quantity of heat, then automatically rising temperature in thermometer also increases. We know that. Yes or no? If you rise in quantity of heat, the difference in temperature also rises. Okay, do you understand? This is the second statement we have to write. Okay, yes or no? Now you write here heat energy is proportional to change in temperature. Change in temperature. Okay, then you can write here Q is proportional to delta T. Yes or no? If you raises Q, automatically the rising temperature will be increases. This is the second equation. From 1 and 2, you can write here Q is proportional to from 1 and 2. Okay, you can write Q is proportional to M into delta T. Then, okay, for removing proportional, you have to keep one constant there. We know that. Okay. Then when you are removing this proportional, then you are keeping in the place of proportional equal, then you have to keep one constant. Here we will get S is the constant, which is called specific heat of that substance. You see, specific heat of that substance means which substance you are taking here. That substance specific heat only this one. Okay, S is the specific heat, which is the constant when you are removing proportional. Okay, this S only called the specific heat. Specific heat. Okay, that your topic only specific heat. No? You have to write what is the formula of the specific heat. Then we have to keep these two this side, and you will get the Q by M into delta T. This is the formula of the specific heat. Derivation of formula of specific heat amount. Okay, your second subtopic is completed. Now you come to third subtopic, that is definition and units of specific heat. Okay, third subtopic, definition and units of specific heat. Specific heat is denoted with S. That's why I am writing S here. Okay. Definition of specific heat of S. You can write very simply. Already you know that derivation, the formula of specific heat S is equal to Q by M into delta T. Many children reading like this. No need to that one. You can write very simply by using the formula definition. the definition? The required heat energy. Required heat energy to చూడండి, required heat energy to rise 1 degree Celsius temperature, 1 degree Celsius temperature of unit mass. Unit mass is called the specific heat energy. Okay, you see here, you can understand here. Here m is 1 gram of 1 gram is 1 unit mass. It is only called the unit mass. That means m is equal to 1 gram and delta T is equal to 1 degree Celsius. Then what happened? Q is equal to S. How much heat energy required to 1 gram of substance to rising 1 degree Celsius temperature is called the specific heat of that substance. You see here, don't confuse here. Different substances having different specific heats. How can you say that? Suppose you are taking iron 1 gram of iron in this bowl, and you are taking 1 gram of water in this bowl. Then is same quantity of amount of heat only required to rising 1 degree Celsius to both substances? No. Okay, it is different. It will take another quantity of heat quantity is required to rising 1 degree Celsius to iron. Another amount of heat quantity is required to rising 1 degree Celsius to the water. Okay, do you understand? That means those are differently observing heat energy. No, we know that. Like this, different substances having different specific heat values. Okay, I am telling you one example for this. You take water. Okay, water specific heat is 1 calorie per gram degree Celsius. Okay, like that. And you take ice. Ice is 0.5 calorie per gram degree Celsius. You see, okay, here required 0.5 calories only for the rising temperature of the ice amount. But for 1 gram of water required 1 calorie heat energy to require the rising temperature 1 degree Celsius to water. Okay, see here. Okay, this is the example. That means we can say that different substances have different specific heats. Now you write the SI units. SI unit of specific heat. SI unit, already you know that here SI unit of heat means heat is a form of energy. That is SI unit of joule by mass. Mass SI unit is kg. We know that. Temperature SI unit is K. Okay, by using the formula only we can write the units. Okay, joule by kg. K is the SI unit of specific heat. And CGS units. Okay, CGS units. Here CGS units is calorie per gram degree Celsius. Here calorie is the CGS unit of specific heat and it is measured in grams in degree Celsius. We are writing. Okay, this is calorie per gram degree Celsius is the CGS unit of specific heat amount. Okay, this is about the third topic, definition and units of specific heat. Now you come to fourth topic is what is the reason? Fourth topic is reason for different substances have different substances to different specific value. Specific heat value. Okay, specific heat is denoted with S. Already I told you, no? Okay, what is the reason? Okay, I already know that internal energy. What is internal energy? It is depends upon the internal energy of the substance. Internal energy means we can say that it is the combination of all energies present in the bodies. What are the energies present here? Kinetic energy, that is linear kinetic energy. Linear kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy and vibrational energy. vibrational energy and potential energy. Okay, this total energy of the body is called the internal energy of that body. We know that. That means if you take solids, liquid, gases, those are having different internal energies. We know that. That means linear kinetic energy means if the molecules moving towards the line, okay, in straight line, then it is the linear kinetic energy. If the molecules moving straightly, it possesses kinetic energy. And what is the rotational energy? If the molecules moving round, okay, that is the rotational kinetic energy. And vibrational energy, if the molecules moving in to and fro motion. To and fro motion is the vibrational energy. It possesses energy, we know that. And potential energy, if there is height or if the energy possessed by virtue of its height and position is called the potential energy. This total energies of the molecule shows the internal energy. That means this kinetic energy depends upon the internal energy of the substance. Then if the internal energy increases, automatically if temperature increases, automatically kinetic energy increases. Already we know that. That is the proportional relation is there between the kinetic energy and temperature. Like that, if you take the different substances having differently internal energy. That means that the molecules close to each other in some substances, some far away from each other in some substances. That's why those are possessing different internal energies. That's why our specific heat depends upon the internal energy of the substances. That's why it varies from substance to substance. This is the reason for different substances having different specific values. Okay, this is the reason. Fourth subtopic is completed. Okay, next one is the method of mixtures, applications. Okay, fifth one is the applications of specific heat. Specific heat. It is very simple, you can remember it. There are 3 applications given in your textbook. Okay, the first one is that means when you are living on the earth only due to the specific heat of the water, that it is only possible from the specific heat only. Okay, how is it, madam? Okay, suppose you take the oceans. Okay, we know that the oceans, you take oceans. That means on the earth, more space is occupied by the water. We know that. That more water is present in oceans only. We know that. That's why oceans are called the storehouses. Storehouses of heat. Storehouses, already you know that in the name only is there. That means when the sun rises, falls on the ocean's water, it will be stored that heat in the morning. Okay, yet evening what happens? This heat energy will be releases towards the land. Then what happens? In some planets we can observe that Venus and some Mars. We take Mars like that planets. What happens? In total morning, those will be observed to completely heat energy. At night, completely cool. Morning completely hot in that planets. At night completely cool. Okay, there is no equivalent environment on that planets. Okay, but yet due presence of oceans acts as a storehouses of heat. Then what happens in morning? Those will be observing that heat energy. In the evening, heat will be flows from hotter body to colder body. We know that, no? Okay, at evening what happens? This water acts as a hotter body and remaining land will be cool. Then heat will be flows from hotter body to colder body. It's like balancing the weather of the earth. Okay, this is why, because of more water is present on the earth. That water, more water present in the oceans again. That oceans acts as the storehouses of heat. That's why we can live on the earth. This is a very, very good applications from the specific heat of substances. Okay, second one is the watermelon. You all know about the watermelon. Yes or no? You are eating in summer days mainly. Okay? Why? Because suppose you are keeping watermelon and other fruits in refrigerator. Okay? Suppose you are take out these all substances from the refrigerator to keep some time. This will be cool more time. The watermelon only will be cool more time because it can store coolness also. Not only hotness, it can store the coolness also. That's why, that is only because of due to the more specific heat of the water. That's why if you comparing other fruits, it has more water and water has more specific heat. This is only reason for this. The watermelon cool more time than the other fruits. Okay, watermelon contains more water. Water has more specific heat. This is only answer for that. Okay, next last one is the samosa. Okay, you take a samosa. Okay, suppose when you are touching samosa after some time, very cool. It is very cool. We are thinking. When you are eating curry, which is inside the samosa, it is some hotter than the remaining layer. Why? Because that curry is making with high specific values vegetables. Okay, that means like a potato and some more water also present in that curry. Then it can store heat, you know that. That is only specific heat. That's why that curry present in the samosa is the more, ingredients which are present in the samosa are more specific values substances. That way it can stay some more time hot. Okay, do you understand? These are the applications of the specific heat we have to learn for the examination. Okay, next sixth subtopic in the specific heat is the method of mixture. This is our last and final topic, that is method of mixtures. Sixth subtopic, method of mixtures. Okay, here this method of mixtures, that means for this one we have to tell some example. Suppose I am giving you two containers. Okay, two containers having same amount of water only. This is also same temperature. This is also same temperature. You are mixing that two. Mixture means mixing two substances. We know that. Here mixtures you have to take. But you are already learnt in 9th class so many mixtures. But here no need to more substances. We have in heat two substances only. One is the hotter and other is the colder. If you mixing that two only, that is only called the mixture of the substances here in heat lesson. Okay, the heat lesson only two only we are taking. One is the hotter substance, another is the colder substance. Suppose you are taking same heat, same temperature substances and same amount of substances, you are adding that both. Then how much the temperature of the mixture you are thinking? Okay, suppose I am giving here, you see two containers. Here T, it is also T, it is also mass is also same. Then how much the mixture temperature you are thinking? You are thinking, so many children telling 2T. No, it is not. Okay, again that thermometer reading shows the T only. Okay, when you are adding two hot water, suppose you are boiling water, again you will get the boiling water only. But 200 degrees not will come, no. Not will come 200 degrees Celsius. We will get same temperature mixing water only. Okay, then it is the then when you are taking same temperatures substances, we will get mixture temperature also same only. Okay, do you understand? That is the first situation. Now you compare in the second situation. Okay, I am here 60 degrees Celsius and 90 degrees Celsius. That means it is the hotter body. It is acts as a hotter body. It is also hot only when you are comparing human body. But when you are comparing these two, it is the cold body. Okay, do you understand? It is hot body, it is cold body because it is colder than this one. So then you are mixing these two in one beaker. Then how much the temperature of the mixture? Can you assume it? Yes. How is it? Somebody telling 90, somebody telling 60. Is not. Then what happens? When these two will be mixing, 90 degrees Celsius will be decreases the temperature. That means suppose if it is 89, then rises the 1 degree Celsius of this cold body. Then it will get 61. When it is becomes 88, it becomes 62. And it is 87. If it is 63, then what happened? That the temperature of the colder body will rises. That the temperature of the hotter body will be decreases. Okay, then where will be that both will be staying constantly at 75 degrees Celsius? Maybe at 75 degrees Celsius, maybe that both will be in equilibrium state. Then there will no transmission of heat between the two, because same temperatures becomes same temperatures. Okay, this is the second situation in the method of mixture summer. Now you come to, suppose you are changing masses also. Then how much the temperature you have to calculate. Suppose here you do. This is the M1, this is the M2. That means some more or some less quantity is there. And this is the temperature is T1, this temperature of this body is T2. Then if both are adding in one bigger container than this, then this is the, okay, this is the mixture of these two. Okay, this temperature, how much the temperature? Suppose it is the temperature NT. Okay, you think this is the hot water, this is cold water. You are adding these two. Okay, then you are mixing these two. The mixture temperature is T. You think like that. Okay, now here you see how much quantity of heat is released by the hot water. That means it gives some heat energy to cold water. We know that hotter body gives some heat to colder body. We know that. Okay, that means it lost. That means heat lost by hot body. We have to calculate. Yes or no? That means it will give some quantity of heat to cold body. We know that it is gaining some heat quantity from the hot body. Then how much heat is lost by the hot body, have to find out. What is the formula for this? Q is equal to Sm delta T. We know that. Okay, here hot body, by using this formula only you can write. That is, suppose let us think Q1 is the last heat quantity by the hot water. You think that is Q1. Okay, then how much the specific heat? We are taking water only. Suppose specific heat of water is S. Then how much the M of hot body? M1. And how much the delta T? Delta T means change in temperature. What is the initial temperature of the hot water? T1. How much the final temperature of the hot water? T. Okay, because it is decreases at from T1 to T. Understand? Given some heat energy to treat this cold water. That's why here T1 minus T. Okay, do you understand? If you want to calculate the difference, we have to subtract high value to low value. Here higher value is T1, lower value is T. When you are comparing these two temperatures, that's why delta T is equal to T1 minus T. Okay, do you understand? You have to understand this one point only for this one. Okay, it is hotter body temperature, it is a mixture temperature, it is colder than the hot water. Because the decrease in the hot water temperature from T1 to T. That's why different is T1 minus T. This is the heat lost by the hot body. Okay, do you understand? Now you come to heat gained by the colder body. Cold body. Okay, do you understand this one? Heat gained by the cold body. Here cold body is this one. How much again you have to use this formula only? Q is equal to Sm delta T. Here Q2. So let us you think this is the Q2. Okay, Q2 is gained from the hot water to cold water. Q2 is S is the specific heat because you are taking same substance only. That is the S only. And M2 is the mass of the colder body. Already I wrote on the boards. You see. And how much the delta T? You should understand here only. T2 is the lowest temperature. T is the highest temperature because this is rising from T to T. Okay, from T to it is increases up to T. Then how much the difference in this one? T minus T2. Don't confuse here only. Many children confusing here only. Here highest value is T, lowest value is T2. Because cold water temperature T2. It rises up to T degrees Celsius. That's why temperature is T minus T2. Here we have to understand one thing. What is there? How much heat is given by the hot water, that much heat only taken by the cold water. Yes or no? Other it will not, it cannot gain from other substance, other surroundings. Okay, which one is hot body? From that hot body only it can take some heat. How much it given, that much only it can take. That's why Q1 is equal to Q2. Okay, do you understand this one? How much it given to that one, that much only it will take. That's why Q1 is equal to Q2. That means SM1 T1 minus T is equal to SM2 T minus T2. Okay, when you are doing this to SS may be cancelled, and M1 T1 minus M1 T is equal to M2 T minus M2 T2. We will get this one. Okay, then it is keeping this side M1 T1 plus M2 T2 is equal to M1 T plus M2 T we will get. Okay, here T will be common. That's why we can write here T is equal to, when you are M1 T1 plus M2 T2 by M1 plus M2, you will get the final temperature of the mixture. Okay, this is about the final temperature of the mixture. Okay, by using this formula only you can do any problem sum. They will maybe give M1 T1 M2 T2 also values may be give. You have to find out the how much the temperature of the mixture. You can find out by using this formula. Okay, this is the situation 3. First situation, both temperatures are equal and both masses also equal. In second temperature we are learning masses are equal but temperature is different. In third, temperature and masses also different. Then how much the temperature of the mixture we are finding. Okay, this is the sixth subtopic. Last and final subtopic in the specific heat is find out the specific heat of solid substance. Now, where you find out solids specific heat only? Okay, if you want to find out the liquid specific heat, you can keep their thermometer, you can find out the temperature of the liquid. Why? Because that thermometer reading shows the temperature of the liquid only. Okay, we can find out the temperature, then we can substitute Q is equal to SM delta T. Okay, initial temperature we can be find out and final temperature we can find out. By using this formula, how much heat is required, we can find out by using the formula. But how can you find out the delta T when you are using solids? Okay, we can't, because we cannot keep any thermometer on the solids. That's why we need another method for the measuring the specific heat of solids. That method only we are discussing now. For this one we need calorimeter. This is the calorimeter which is made with wooden box. It is the wooden box. Why will take here wooden box only, madam? Why will not take any iron box like that, metal box? Because wood is the bad conductor of heat. That means it cannot pass from the outside to inside, inside to outside. That's why we are taking here wooden box. Okay, it is a bad conductor of heat. Here there is a one stirrer. Stirrer means for stirring, for mixing the complete mixture we are using stirrer here. Okay, there is one hole to insert one thermometer to find out the temperature which is inside. Okay, and there is a hole at the middle of the calorimeter. It is a calorimeter which is made with the wooden box. Okay, there is a stirrer to stir the inside water, and there is one hole to insert the thermometer. There is at the middle there is another hole to insert the solids, because you have to find out the specific heat of solids only. That's why we are taking here. There is one hole. Okay, now you take another beaker and take 100 degrees Celsius water here, and you keep here in your textbook given the solids are lead shots. What are the solids here given? Lead shots only given here. Why there are lead shots only we are taking this? It absorbs very easily heat energy. That means it will take less time to absorb it. That's why we are taking lead shots. Okay. Now you keep that lead shots in the water. keep some time. Then what happen? It is observing some heat energy from the hot water. Okay, that is the T2, because in your textbook given T2, that's why I am writing here. And it takes some water inside the calorimeter. Okay, the temperature of this water is T1. Okay, first before only this thermometer shows the temperature. Here we have all children have to know how many substances are present in your activity. Okay, 3 substances. One is lead shots. We have to find out the specific heats of lead shots only. Another one is water, that is acts as a colder body here. And another one is the calorimeter. Yes or no? Calorimeter also can observe some heat energy. That's why it is also taking as a one substance. Here 3 substances are there. One is the hotter body, that is the lead shots. Here colder bodies are 2. What are those? Calorimeter and water. Calorimeter and water are the colder bodies on here. Now you first have to find out by using this formula only we are find out heat quantity. Okay. Now you come to heat quantity. Q is equal to Sm delta T. That's why you have to know first about the S. S means here one is the calorimeter, another one is the water, another one is the lead shots. 3 substances are there. Yes or no? First you see how much the specific heat of calorimeter? Sc. Okay, we have to consider that. Then the water specific heat is SW and lead shots specific heat is Sm. Okay, about the S completed. Next one is the mass. And before only we have to calculate the mass of the calorimeter. Let it m1. You think like that. Calorimeter mass is m1. Then water mass we can write m2. We can find out by using any common balance. We can find out the mass of the water. But you don't do like that. Why? Because suppose you are taking water in a container. So you are measuring the mass of the water. Then what happens when you are pouring inside the calorimeter? Then what happens? Some droplets may be fall outside and some droplets may be attached to container. Yes or no? That's why you should not take here water mass separately. When you are taking water inside the calorimeter, then only you have to measure the mass. Okay, do you understand? Why? Because you have to take, this is for accuracy. For accuracy, you have to take, first you have to take water in the calorimeter, then only you have to weigh it. And then what happened here? Water and calorimeter mass. Mass of water and calorimeter is m2. You are weighing like that. Suppose you will get m2. Now, can you say how much the mass of the water? How much we will get? Mass of the calorimeter is m1. Then you have to find out the mass of the water. What you have to do? m2 minus m1. Okay, do you understand this one? Total calorimeter and water weight is m2. Calorimeter weight is m1. That's why we can get the mass of the water by subtracting total weight to calorimeter weight. Okay, that's why mass of the water is m2 minus m1. Okay, this is the mass, this is the specific heat. Okay, this is the mass, and lead shots weight you have to find out. And somebody is telling, I am weigh the lead shots, we will get the lead shots weight. You don't think like that. Because for accuracy we have to do this experiment, because specific heat values are 0.00 values are there. That's why for accuracy we have to do like this only. That's why you take this lead shots, then these two are insert in the calorimeter. Then you have to calculate the total weight of the 3 substances also. Then you are insert this lead shots inside the water. Then we will get the mass of lead shots plus and calorimeter plus water. That is m3. Okay, do you understand? When you are pouring total, when you are keeping this total lead shots, you have to weigh the total weight. That is m3. Okay, mass of the lead shots, calorimeter, and water is the m3. Can you say how much the mass of the lead shots? mass of lead shards. Can you say? We can get the mass of the lead shards by subtracting M3 minus M2. Yes or no? M2 is the mass of the calorimeter and water. We can subtract from the total value to these two masses. We will get the lead shards mass. Yes or no? That means M3 minus M2 is the lead shards mass. Okay, do you understand? Now you come to another one. Delta T we have to do. Delta T, how much the difference? I already told you here two bodies are there, polar bodies are there, calorimeter and water. The temperature of calorimeter and water is the T1. That is the lowest temperature. Given in your textbook. Somebody are telling that is T2, this is T1, no problem. But here colder body temperature is T1. Here colder bodies are two are there. One is calorimeter and another one is the water. That is the T1. And now hot body is lead shards. Okay, lead shards temperature is T2. Now you come to when you are writing method of picture. Principle of method of picture. What is principle of method of picture? You see, Amma, 1 mark it is very important. Principle of method of picture. 1 mark count. We must learn it. Because maybe give. Okay? Here, what is net heat lost? Net heat lost by hotter body. Okay? Somebody is writing, somebody is no need to write. Hotter body equals to the net heat gain by colder body. Okay, do you understand? Net heat loss equals to net heat gain. Okay, this is the principle of method of mixtures. We have to apply for this one. Okay, here what is net heat loss by hotter body? We have to write. Okay, I will wrap it because there is no space. Net heat lost equals to net heat gain. Okay, I already told you hotter body is here lead shards. Lead shards specific heat is SL. Lead shards mass is M3 minus M2. Okay, once you see before one. M3 minus M2 and lead shard delta T. Delta T means lead shards is T2 at high temperature. Okay, it becomes T3 when we are keeping this lead shards inside the calorimeter. We will get temperature staying at T3. Okay, that means equilibrium temperature is T3. Okay, then this is equals to the net heat gain. Net heat gain means which one will be gained here? Colder bodies. Here colder bodies two are there. One is the calorimeter and water. Here calorimeter heat gained by the calorimeter is SC into calorimeter mass is M1. Already you know that delta T is here T3 minus T1. T3 is the highest value. When it is becomes equilibrium state, then T3 is the highest amount, T1 is the lowest amount. That's why T3 minus T1 is the difference here. Now next one is the here water. Yes, W is the water specific heat and mass of the water is M2 minus M1 and delta here temperature is T3 minus T1 only because it becomes from T3 to T1 to T3. T3 is the highest highest temperature, T1 is the colder body temperature, we know that. That's why difference is the T3 minus T1. This is. Now we have to find out SL because it is only specific heat of solids. Okay, we have to find out this one. That's why these two will be sent that side. We will get here T3 minus T1 have to make common. T3 minus T1 remains here SC into M1 plus SW into M2 minus M1 by here this 2 will become here, that is M3 minus M2 into T2 minus T3. This is the specific heat of solids. That means if you take in here lead shots, that's why you will get SL. Suppose if you want to measure the another specific heats of another solids, we can use there that solid substance only. We will get the specific heat of that substance only. This is about the specific heat of, to find out the specific heat of solid substance. Okay, thank you.